Howdy, this is Mike. I'm in Cooters by the island. You can see the island over there. There's the General Lee. Cooters is named after the character Ben Jones played in the Dukes of Hazzard. And you have a little store here, lots of little memorabilia and merchandise. Have a jukebox there. And there's the Dixie. That was, I don't remember all the, wasn't a big Dukes of Hazzard watcher, but I don't remember all the characters' names. I guess that was Daisy because of the infamous term Daisy Dukes. So that was Daisy Duke, and apparently the Jeep she drove in was the Dixie. But this is a cool place if you were a big fan of that show. They have a lot of memorabilia here. There's Tom Wopat. Now, I have met him before because I was working at a casino south of Memphis in Tunica, Mississippi, and he came and played there. It was a really, really nice gentleman. His tour bus took the levee a little too hard. You had to cross over a levee to get to the casino. I think they got a little airborne. And when he was performing on stage, he said, I was kind of reminded of the Dukes of Hazzard when we went over that levee a little too hard. And they have some 8x10s of the various stars of the show. And that's Ben Jones. He was Cooter. And this is Cooter's place. I saw this from a distance, and my last name is Cooley, and I thought it said Cooley's. I said, they have a place here called Cooley's? But no, it's Cooters. There she is. If you were a teenager in the 70s, well, that's all I'll say. Now they have like some little kind of sets. I don't know how much of this was, if any of it was actually used in the show, but it's a recreation of the show. Re-elect Roscoe P. Coltrane. Now this was a really good character actor. Mr. Blackbear, remind me of his name. He was in a lot of movies, you see, a lot of Twilight Zones. I remember he was in the Twilight Zone with Lee Marvin, where Lee Marvin goes to the graveyard late at night. And he was in a great cult classic horror movie, B-horror movie. And Mr. Blackbear will probably have to remind me of that one also. I didn't really mean to come anywhere today. I just was out hanging around doing some clothes shopping at the outlet malls down here. And I seriously thought this place said Cooley's. Catherine Bach as Daisy Duke. Now I understand that the various characters from the show do visit in here from time to time. Maybe do a little autograph signing. I guess this is the Duke's living room. Is that like an 8-track, or I guess just a VCR? I wonder if the General Lee had an 8-track in it. This is nice. This is kind of growing up Dukes. Now I know my younger cousin Danny was really into this show. And I imagine boys who were his age at the time, and they're close to early teens, had a great appreciation for this show.
Yes, sir. I'll add others. I just tested myself up at that.
And this is the typical kind of fanboy room for a fan of the show during that time in the late 70s when the show was on. The one piece of merchandise I've seen in here that's really calling my name is that 1966 Batmobile. I was 4 years old when Batmobile came on. And still kind of addicted. And look, I know this is not everybody's cup of tea, but you still can buy a Confederate flag in here. I have an ancestor from just down the road here who's fought for the Confederacy. Most of the people here in East Tennessee ended up fighting for the Union, a very pro-Union place. There's Cooter and the boys. I think that's kind of maybe the later cast. I know they changed the Dukes out once. Good old Boss Hogg. Hazzard County General Store.
Thank you, we tried.
And yet another General Lee. I'll try to find out how many Lees they actually used on the TV show. But you can have your picture taken by the General Lee if you want to. Once again, there's Cooter, and this is Cooter's place. Buy some replica cars of the General Lee there, complete with Confederate flag the way it should be. And some scale model kits. You know, these must have been real popular in the late 70s, early 80s when the show was on. Oh, and look at this. Here's some action figures. We even had a Boss Hogg action figure. General Lee sold separately. Now, I don't think, given the nature of that show, that too many of these toy General Lees survived till today. Because I bet you kids had a really fun time jumping those up in the air. Some more vintage merchandise. And lots of other collectibles from the TV show. I don't think these are for sale. I just think they're... Oh, and look at the lunch boxes. Now, I was in high school at the time, so no. That might have been fun to take a Dukes of Hazzard lunchbox to high school, but... I was known as a bit of a class clown, but I bet you there was many a young boy who took a Dukes of Hazzard to the lunchbox to school in elementary school and was deeply envied. Oh, look, is that a Viewmaster? Various other types of games, various other memorabilia. You know, I had no idea this place even existed, but this is a lot of fun. And hey, if you go to the island, it's just a hop and skip and jump from the island to get over here. And let's face it, folks, where else are you going to get your Dukes of Hazzard Christmas tree ornament? See if we can close in on one of these. I need to make sure I got the photo of Waylon in here. Waylon Jennings, who sang the theme song from the show. And they do have DVDs from the show. And I believe that is the complete series. Oh. Oh my goodness, these are... I thought these might be salt and pepper shakers, but I think they're just kind of little rubber bath toys. But you can get a Boss Hog, or I think that was Uncle Jesse and Cooter. These are kind of like little rubber ducky things. And shot glasses, you can get in your bathtub with your Boss Hog rubber duck and, you know, pour something in the shot glass, just relax, have a good time. And had a good time in Cooters today. Out in the store, bought a little merchandise. Now, my dad used to manage a warehouse in Memphis, and the guys in the warehouse occasionally would call him Boss Hog. So I got a little Boss Hog rubber duck and a little Cooters rubber duck there to remember my visit here. I had a good time. It's a great store. I didn't know a thing about this place, so if you're here, you're visiting Pigeon Forge or the island, come in and take a look at this. If you ever watch the show, I think you'll really enjoy Cooters.